Here's the unemployment choo-choo.
All right, well, we are back here. It's another edition of the Chew. And, Jeff, it has been a while since we've chewed.
Yeah, well, look, here's the problem. When you ride the unemployment choo-choo into the ground, sometimes the equipment that you use needs to be replaced. So when you're piecing everything together with not even duct tape, because that can get a little pricey these days. We're not even using Gorilla Glue. It's whatever we could to keep it together. We needed to purchase some new equipment. So
well, here's the thing. Our unemployment chew, obviously, we were using a microphone and a recording system. What happened, unfortunately, was, we chewed it to death. We brought that recorder in the hot tub. We did a lot to that recorder. And, people have been clamoring. They're saying, where is the chew? What are these gentlemen doing? We have our Aaron Carter fans. And by the way, do not think we forgot about him, right? Because there's a big fight coming up, and we are doing our Jim Dandiest to get to that fight.
Let's just say we're doing our Jim Dandiest. Okay, I like that. I'm going to use that more.
Thank you.
Our Jim Dandiest to get as close as possible to that fight.
Do you think it'll be possible?
I do. Damon Feldman, who is running the situation, we have a long-standing relationship. I think you suggested me, I think, for a fight.
I did.
On the card. And he actually entertained it if I would join in, because we wanted to be a part of this Aaron Carter craziness.
Would you take an ass whooping for Aaron?
It depends on who I'm fighting, right? Yeah, I'd probably do it.
Bernard Hopkins.
He's getting up there in age a little bit.
Okay. How about Lemar Odom?
No. But if you watched him in those training videos, I'm going to tell you, he looks like he's lumbering and he doesn't have a lot of technique.
Here's the thing. I think that he is going to rely on his size, whereas Aaron is going to work on the technique. And I'll be honest, I think it's going to be technique versus size, but I cannot envision one scenario where Aaron Carter wins that fucking fight.
No, dude, and I think at 6'10" and 200, what is he, 250, 260?
Yeah, 264.
You got his weight down. All right.
I do. Yeah, I am really in on this fight.
Yeah, you're demented. But, so he, one punch from him, and I think it's lights out. I think, I would assume what he should do is go in and do a one-punch knockout, right? That's a story to tell. But they'll try to drag it on a little bit, I guess, because these things only go 3 rounds. If I'm him, I one punch knock it out.
Well, it's 3. This is the other thing. It's 3 rounds, 90 seconds a round. So it's not a lot of boxing. Although, if you think about it, if you were to go to another human being and fight them for 90 straight seconds 3 times, you would be tired. Right? But a traditional boxing match, there's 12, 15 rounds, and they're 3 minutes.
It out.
Right. They're 3 minutes around. So, listen, I've been doing my due diligence. I actually have been keeping in contact with some of my Caterverse people.
Okay.
And, and again, we could get into more of this as it gets closer. But my Caterverse people seem to be on 2 sides. We have, obviously, the Caterverse, the Skittles gang, the Love Money gang, the Aaron gang, the people who really believe in Aaron. They say that Aaron is getting his life turned around. They say that Aaron has, he's knocked up his girlfriend. He is boxing. He is on his way to victory. Whilst you have the people who say he hurts and does all these crazy things to so many people, including his brother, who really want him to get his ass whooped. And I have to tell you, it is a divided 50-50 split. The Love Money, a.k.a. Skittles, a.k.a. Crazy Crystal Gang people are really in on this Carter fight. They believe this will be his coming out moment.
Well, it should be. And he even, if you saw, he even had Bieber on his side. And Bieber said, look, I would be your hype man for this. I used to jam to Aaron's party when I was a kid. Okay,
but do you believe that? I mean, do you believe, or should I say, do you believe that the Biebs was?
Oh boy, it's getting bad today.
It is bad. Well,
already, we're out of the gate here.
Well, listen, it's been over a year.
You're ripping off Jim Dandies and Believes to get things fucking started. Jesus Christ!
Listen, man, we've been out of work for a year. This is the best I got. Jim Dandies and Believes.
Oh yeah, hire us anybody.
Yeah.
Please.
So, do you believe that he was rocking out to Aaron's party? I just don't see it.
Yeah, I think everybody was at the time. It was on, and he was, the cool kid, and he was in that, kind of, I don't know, the weird point in bubblegum pop. It's like he never made it up to a certain tier, but it was kind of towards like where it was phasing out slightly, So he jumped on the train a little late, but caught some fire with it, and he just had so much fame with it.
But you're well. I appreciate the retrospective of bubblegum pop, but do you believe that the Bieb was in on the Carter? Because let's do this. He was born March 1st, 1994. Justin Bieber. Okay, so he's a youngin'. When was Aaron's party big? What was that? Is that 99, 2000?
Yeah. I think it was, 02, 03.
Okay,
like that.
Okay. Well, let's pull it. I should know this, by the way. But let's do Aaron's party.
05 even, maybe?
No way. No fucking way. No way. Hold on. No way. Okay, that was September of 2000. I Want Candy was 99. Aaron's Party Come Get It was released in September of 2000. How I Beat Shaq.
Yeah, you know what? That probably is about right. Because, like I said, I remember having him. Well, I would like an appearance, so it had to be around that time.
Well, that's because 05. I would have been in high school, man.
Right.
So okay, so based on Justin Bieber being born March 1st, 1994, and Aaron's Party, which was his second album, his most commercially successful album, coming out on September 26, 2000, I don't believe him, because he was only 5.5, 6 years old. Are you telling me that in Canada, no less, he was born in London, Canada? In Canada, no less, that Aaron Carter was a fixture on pop music radio with the CBC?
See, look, you have to understand that in these other places is where, some artists like him that are like, a D-list, they're the ones that take off in these places. Like Austin Mahone is revered in Germany. Right? What do you remember from Austin Mahone?
I don't even know. Wait a minute. He's revered in Germany?
Yes. Extremely revered in Germany.
Well, I will say this. Wilson Phillips does have a huge worldwide following. To this day, we still get like 50 downloads a day from people for our Wilson Phillips CHOO. So, maybe, but that still negates my point. I hear you. Yes, people like Dave Coulier or Alanis, like, I get it. But Bieber was 5 years old when I Want Candy comes out. He's 6 years old for Aaron's Party. What 5 years old was rocking out to Aaron's Party in Canada? Okay, when you are what? I mean, is he in kindergarten? Do Canadians have kindergarten? What is Canadian kindergarten?
Okay, but look, I don't know. I don't know the school system. They might still be on Dewey Decimal.
Right.
Library. Who knows? I don't know that. It's the old world when you go there.
It is.
You traveled there several times, made it back, luckily, and were
barely.
You're almost detained at the border.
No, I was detained at the border.
Okay.
Because of our fat, insane friend.
Yeah, I was detained because I had two dogs in the car, and searched through. And our fat, insane friend, who likes to just let everybody know there's nothing in the car.
Right.
Oh, what did he say? How did it go?
Well, we were okay. So in that tunnel, I think when me, you, and him went over, I drove your car. and he was like saying shit, but the windows were down, and you said something like they have microphones or cameras in the tunnel, and he was like, no they don't, that's bullshit, I blah blah blah. And it was weird, but we didn't get stopped.
Right.
The next time, because you said that, he was like, the windows were down. He's like, we're just getting fucking high. I got my weed pen and we got cocaine. Fuck you, Canada. And sure enough, we pull up to the fucking booth. They put a yellow sticker on my windshield and they tell us to pull over.
You don't want that to happen.
Oh my God. We got yellow stickered. Then they put us in a holding booth. They remember when I came home that my car, like they literally ripped down everything.
The inside, it was never the same after that.
No, because they ripped it a fucking apart.
Right.
So I come home, the whole car, they rip it apart. They go underneath. They put a mirror underneath. They look. We were there for like 2.5 hours. I wanted to get back in the car and come home, and I did. I said I will never come here again. And he was like, well, we're already through. We might as well go to the casino. So we go to the casino. He loses like $50. We go and get a cigar. We have a bubble tea. All right, the bubble tea was delish. We're smoking some cigars. We go to the Canadian radio station. All right, we're taking some Snapchats. We're taking some pictures. And then we drive through the tunnel. As we are driving, for those of you, a lot of you who listen are from Michigan. Those of you who are listening that are not from Michigan, imagine driving through, and when you drive out of Windsor, you're in Windsor, then you go around a little booth where the guards are, and you get into the tunnel. As we're going past the booth, what does he say? He goes, we had crack the whole time, fuck you!
Right, and they can stop you.
And they can stop you!
Yeah. They can stop you at any time. But here's what they'll do. They get you on camera and everything.
Yep.
Your license plate will be tagged.
Yep.
Usually there in Windsor, they kind of let people stroll through because people work at the casino, things like that. It's heavily traveled.
Right.
But they'll have your license plate and they dock you. And they'll know when it's you coming through.
Well,
I mean, they will get you.
First off, yeah, the Windsor tunnels, the Ambassador Bridge is a bitch, but you're right. The Windsor tunnel, they're usually okay. So he yells, we had crack the whole time, right? So in my car, with my license plate, and we pull up to the American border, and they see that our car was searched because that sticker was on it. My car was totally disheveled. And, the American guy was cool. He's like, what happened? And I said, honestly, my friend's an idiot, and he was running his goddamn mouth, so they searched our car. And luckily, they let us through. But then I came home, and do you remember? Dude, I was never more pissed off. I was never more pissed off because I was never able to go to Windsor again. The only time I went to Windsor was when we took your car. I never took my car to Windsor ever again.
Well, and that's the thing, is that you can never put your car back together to the way it was. And they don't have to put it back together for you.
Nope.
Right?
I called them.
If they feel there's something there, what did they tell you? Screw you?
I called them and said, hey, listen, you guys, I understand that you're, looking for drugs, and I can understand that my friend was being a total arrogant bastard. But, you just, and it was my black car, the one before my Cadillac, and literally...
The car was never the same. It was just a total disaster.
Well, do you remember, like, shit would just open, everything would fall down? I mean, they took it apart with, like, a crowbar.
Well, it was a little two-door Scion, and then you have a man who could barely fit into it. You guys look like a goddamn clown car.
Yeah.
At the time that you're driving through. They're probably like, how did these squeeze in this?
Well, if you were, I don't know, were you there that night? I forget it was at your house, but maybe that was the Corey and Slater night. There was a night where
with his two extremely
overweight gay friends. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And he had to sit in the car, but Slater was in the front seat. So remember, my seats folded down. He got in the back, laid across the seats. We had to put the seats down, and then he was holding the back door open because they couldn't close the back door because of how big he was. And we were driving up Woodward Avenue with Slater, who's got a jerry curl, myself. Slater's probably 350 pounds himself. And then you have Jimmy.
Oh, my God, yes. Yeah.
And then you have Jimmy.